guys, this is Jerry. So today I wanted to talk about why you keep making the same mistakes. You're still stuck in the same cycle, still doing the same bad habits, still doing the same old, same old. So, first thing that I want to let you guys know, a concept I want you to stick in your head is that there are three realities. Three realities. So, the first reality is the absolute. It is the true reality, the only thing that actually exists. And then the second is the transactional reality, the reality that we are living right now as we're in this human vessel, because the transactional reality is experiences. It is what the absolute basically thought of in order for it to experience things, have experiences with people, places, and things as the God self. And the third reality is the illusory reality. So, all of us are navigating this transactional reality. We have experiences, and a lot of us basically think of our reality in terms of past, present, and future. But the truth is, there is only the present. There is only the present moment, and that present moment actually forms into the future. It actually feeds into the future, even though it doesn't exactly exist. So, what you are doing when you keep doing your bad habits, so I'll give you the example of just using your phone for over 10 hours a day, not really watching anything of substance, not watching anything that's going to enlighten you, not doing anything that's going to feed into your intellect, doing nothing that's going to feed into your spiritual side. This bad habit occurs in the present moment, okay? You're having this transactional reality of just going through the same thing, basically clicking on one video, another video, scrolling. Also, because most people are navigating between the transactional reality and the illusory reality, you believe that this video is giving you some sort of joy because you feel it in your body, okay? It's an illusion. That's basically telling you, oh, this is giving you some sort of happiness. This is giving you some sort of substance. This is making you progress somewhere towards happiness or this foreseen joy. Okay, so you're feeding into the transactional reality with the illusions, and you're feeling it in the physical body to some degree. So, also want to mention that the illusory reality also means that we start to see things that don't really exist. So, you're in the darkness, and for some reason, that jacket that you hung up or that thing that you put on your chair looks like a person is sitting in your chair, and it scares the hell out of you. This is where people are stuck at when they start to think, oh, I'm just going to continue feeding into this illusion, and I'm also going to feed into this transactional reality because it's making me feel good for this moment in time. What you need to understand is there is an absolute reality, and a lot of people on Earth are not feeling this absolute reality. They've never felt it. They've never gone back to the 0 point. They never done any sort of meditation or any self-affirming or self-realization practice. So they never actually truly face their souls. They never feel their souls because they don't know about this reality. It was never taught to us, even though we come to this earth and we're supposed to be taught, you know, just like during Atlantean times or Lemurian times, there were schools. Okay, there were masonry schools, there were priest schools. All of these schools exist to teach you how to be a human being. So when you are stuck doing the same habits, it is because your conscious level is still below the 200 point. So Dr. David R. Hawking talks about this, and he tells us that if you are a human that's on the baseline of 200 or below, you are acting like an animal and you are just reacting to life. You are just having some sort of transactional, conditional way of living every single day. You're waiting for that hit of dopamine. You're waiting for some sort of pleasure because that's what animals do. They're just wanting to go out and get the food. They're just wanting to fight. Okay, because again, people that are under 200 level consciousness, whenever there's an outside stimuli, they're immediately just going to react. It goes straight to the amygdala, it never goes to the prefrontal cortex, and you just continue the cycle of doing the same bad habit over and over again. So if you start to wake up and you realize, oh, this is actually not fulfilling me. This is not fulfilling me, okay? Looking at my phone for 10 hours a day is not fulfilling me, okay? Just sitting in front of the television is not fulfilling me. Not exercising, eating crappy foods, eating sugars, all of these things, whatever your bad habit is, the first step is to recognize it because you're taking a step outwards. And you're looking at yourself, you're observing yourself as a third party, which is your consciousness. Your consciousness sees what the human is doing. What is the human thinking right now? What is this human acting upon? Okay? So, because you have been stuck in this loop, the loop is feeding itself, and you are also feeding it with the same thoughts. You're feeding it with the same actions, the same energy, the same emotions that feed into everything. Thought and emotion feed into everything. So, once you start to realize, oh, I am the one that is doing it. I am the one that is feeding into the loop. I am the one that is keeping it going. There is another reality that exists. It's called the absolute reality. It is the non-dual reality where there is no difference between me and you. There is no difference between a chalkboard or a whiteboard. They're all just made out of God. God is everything. Everything is God. So if you're under 200 level consciousness, you're never going to try to get yourself out of the trap. You're never going to try to become the new person. You're never going to see the future. You're never going to envision this future. You're just going to keep on doing the same things over and over again, thinking that it's going to get you somewhere, when in reality, it is not. So this is where Joe Dispenza's teachings come in. So I highly recommend that you guys go read his book or you check out his teachings. Again, this means that you first recognize that you are the one that is energizing this bad habit. You are the one that is causing it to happen. And I know it's very, very, very hard to recognize it in the moment. It's very hard for you to stop in the moment. It's very hard for you to break the bad habit. If you cannot break the bad habit cold turkey, a lot of people cannot. I feel like the only people that break it cold turkey are the people that are just done. You've already faced all the obstacles, you've already faced all the turmoil that you could ever have in life, and you're just gonna cut it out. So, just like Joe Dispenza says, you need to take a inventory of your thoughts and realize, oh, these are not my thoughts. I don't want to pick up my phone because it really doesn't make me feel good in the end. I know that the dopamine hit that I get is all an illusion. It's never going to give back to me. These are thoughts, new thoughts that you should be having. So, with the new thoughts, with the new actions, with one step at a time, you start to break the bad habit. So, a person with a phone addiction who realizes it, who says, I need to observe what I'm doing, I need to have new actions, I need to have new thoughts, the first thing that they're probably going to do is try to get away from the phone. So, a lot of new actions that you can do. You could throw your phone up on the roof. You can put your phone in a high place. You can put a bunch of passwords on your phone. You can install an app that will shut off your phone after you've been using it for 30 minutes, whatever it may be. These are new actions. These are new thoughts that come in because they're trying, the absolute reality, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, source, is guiding you towards your new destination, towards your new self. So, just like I told you guys, your present feeds into the future. The future does not really exist, but again, whatever actions you're doing in the present will definitely most likely help you in the future. So, if you have the action of, instead of using my phone, I'm going to go on a walk, these actions, this energetic exchange, this transactional reality is going to compound. It's going to compound, and you're going to become the new person every single day. So there is a version of you that exists. There are many versions of you that exist, and I might talk about this in a different video, but there are so many timelines of you that exist. Every time you take an action, every time you take a decision, there is a new timeline that begins to exist. So you need to know in your heart of hearts that there is a version of me that is not addicted to my phone, that is not addicted to watching videos. Okay? There is a very enlightened spiritual person that is okay with not looking at their phone, that does not need to look at their phone to lessen their depression or anxiety. You are that person in the present moment every single time you take an action towards that future, that self that you want to embody. Okay, another concept I really want you guys to have clear in your minds is the concept of karma. So, a lot of people talk about karma, how karma is going to get them, and they start to be fearful. It's like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do if I just keep using my phone? Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do if I just keep smoking? I keep on doing these drugs. We all know that fear is not going to set in stone a new life. It's not going to bring upon any benefits. So karma is not meant to be feared. Karma literally just means action. So if you're not avoiding your shadows, if you're not fearful of your shadows, you're recognizing the shadows, you're recognizing your bad habits, you're recognizing the things that are not really you, again, the transactional reality, the empirical reality. If you recognize that this is not really who you are because you can feel it inside of your gut, you can feel it inside of your second brain that no, I am not going to do this. I am not going to continue doing this. Even if you fall behind, even if you look at your phone again for another couple of hours, even if you, I don't know, even if you eat that donut or whatever, you take that drug. it will always try to reach out to you. But once you start to recognize and you integrate the shadow, you integrate it in yourself and say, okay, this exists within me. I'm going to allow it to run its course but in the meantime, I'm going to observe my thoughts. I'm going to observe my actions, and I am going to control my thoughts, and I'm going to control my actions in the direction of who I want to embody, who I am. I am rich. I am focused. I am spiritually aligned. Whatever it is that you want to see in yourself, that version of you that already exists, you just need to take it one step at a time, dissolve the thoughts, recognize the thoughts, observe the actions. And to be honest, at that point, you're pretty much almost halfway there, because most of the population is not going to do this. They're not going to recognize their own faults. They're not going to recognize their own karma that they created for themselves. Okay, so this is why people that have cancer, they continue getting cancer again, because they're maintaining the same energies that they maintained from the beginning. And this is why people that want to have a new type of partner, they just keep on attracting the same types of toxic partners, is because you kept maintaining the same actions, you kept maintaining the same thoughts, you kept on maintaining that energy within you that, oh, I want more, but I don't know how to get it, so I'm just going to keep doing the same things that I always do, having the same thoughts. Okay? Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it as there. Let me know if this helped at all. One thing, or just like a couple things that I know, ultra runners or people that are at the very top of their game, that they actually do to actually understand themselves, to understand the human self and why the ego kind of takes over, is they write down in a notebook what they're feeling, thinking. Every hour of the day, they write down what their hands are doing. They write down these things in a journal, and this is very simple to do, because then you can take a step back as the God self, as the absolute self, and you can realize, oh, I need to have some intervention here, because my human ego self is not doing what's good for me. It's not going to end up good in the long run. Also, having energetic practices like meditating, like doing yoga where you expand, where you expel energy, also running, all of these things, because we are energetic beings in this vessel, so we need to expel a lot of energies. We can't just deal with it. I would not recommend going to a gym unless you feel like you can protect your energy, because again, all these people in the gym are just exercising their demons in the gym, and that could be picked up by you. So just do everything. Just do everything that you can by yourself. And if you need to reach out to the people that you think that can help you in that moment. So yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it as there. Let me know what you guys think. And this has helped me greatly in my life, just observing and just maintaining new actions, new thoughts. So yeah, peace.